Welcome back to Paddy's Golf Tips. We're here at the Grand Bear Rapid Scan Systems Classic on the Champions Tour, and we're going to talk about, well, getting a better strike through curtailing the follow through. A little bit of deceleration, or the feeling of deceleration, certainly in the body, causes the club head to accelerate, which is quite a nice thing to have that club head accelerate. So you'll see a lot of pros practicing it, getting that reduced follow through, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of it.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Padraig Harrington.
So when you restrict your follow through, it makes you decel the club at impact. You try and decel it, you decel your arms and your hands and your body, which actually makes the club accelerate. It throws the club, which gives you a great strike. So let me show you one for starters. So it's going to be like that sort of finishing. You're trying to finish with your hands away from you. You're trying to finish with your hands probably shoulder height. This arm would be straighter than a normal finish. It really does give a very fine strike. But again, it's a lot of spin, it's a 3/4 shot. What you're really trying to do here is you're trying to change the relationship between your torso, if you want to get this right, that is, and your arms. So that would be all arms through. We're trying to get a situation that our torso keeps going, but our arms are curtailed somewhat. So we are trying to get, and this is very crucial, you're still trying to get your right hip past your left hip. You're still trying to get your right shoulder closest to the target, except you're going to get it with a shorter arm swing. So you're trying to change that ratio, a bigger torso follow through, but a shorter arm follow through. So let's watch it again. Okay. So you can either think of stopping at impact with the club head. Clearly, unless you are seriously strong, you're not going to be able to do this. So you either think of stopping at impact, which braces the whole left side and actually throws the club head. It's like on putting, I've given that tip before. If you try and stop at impact with putting, it actually makes you accelerate. So it's the same with this. If you try and stop, it will throw the club head and release the club head, which gives a good strike. Or else you can try and stop here. Either way, it causes the body to brace, which puts the, when you put the brakes on, it causes the head to accelerate. So let's watch that in principle. Okay. And again, a fine strike. Again, finish a long way away. You can see though, I still have the full torso turn. Couple of things to watch for. Very much on that torso turn. It's not stop your body. You're not trying to do that. Okay, you are not trying to stop your body. You're actually trying to keep your body going, but you're trying to stop the club head. Mentally stop the club head. It won't stop. It will actually accelerate because you've braced up, which throws the head, which is a great thing. That creates strike and speed. The best iron players always throw the club head a bit. So the other thing that personally I feel that I see, you want to let the club release, okay? So as much as I'm trying to get stop, okay, I'm letting that club release, okay? I'm not trying to do this, okay? I'm not trying to, I see that being done and it can be the arm getting away from you, that's losing power, losing strike. You never want to get that relationship through impact. You're trying to get that relationship through impact where the club is catching up right at impact and actually accelerates out. Yes, the club, your wrist will be bowed at impact, but it's coming from that position to that position. So let the club release, okay? This is not a drill for holding on. So you will see people, that if you do that, you're going to get a missed strike and you're going to start hooking the ball, because if you try not release the club, you're ending up going to have a flip at the end of your swing because you'll be so badly out of position. Let the club release. So I'm quite cupped up here in this position. Okay, it's quite cupped. I'm not like this. I'm not trying to hold the club face with no release. I'm letting the club release. I'm letting that left wrist hinge and let the club go. But I'm restricting, feeling like I'm restricting, bracing, feeling, it's an interesting one. By trying to stop the club head, everything else grips and stops and lets the club head, because I'm not physically strong enough to stop the club head. Okay, it will get thrown forward, which is what you want. You want that acceleration of the club head through impact. So again, let's brace up, and you will notice that the club releases up. I am not trying to do this. That would be, anytime your hands get ahead of it like that, that's drifting, and you're going to have some awful strikes doing that. We want to be matched up at impact. That doesn't mean you're not bowed at impact. You're trying to go from bow to less bowed at impact, and that makes the club head release. You're not trying to go from no bow to bow at impact. That's an anti-release. So, 3/4 finish. Beautiful spinny strike. Again, my right hip's past my left hip. My right shoulder is forward and close. It's very important that the right side keeps going. This is not a hang back drill. This is not trying to do this and stop. You're trying to make a normal golf swing, release the club, get the body. You're just trying to increase the ratio of how much this turns forward and the arms aren't as far ahead. I'm quite enjoying hitting these. So I'm going to go full out in this and still decel. So certainly you'll see a lot more of that in my own game going forward. It's a lovely strike, it's a lot spinnier. I see a lot of pros practicing it. Like any drill, you've got to understand what the drill is for and what it's doing for you. Hopefully I've given you a few ideas there. Please do not hang on to it. It's not that. It's finish there or feel like you're stopping at impact, and that will let the club head get thrown through. And the best strikers have always thrown the club face through impact. So that's something to think about and work on and try.